If you're like many people, you're sitting on a bunch of footage that you eventually want to transfer to digital, and you just don't have the time, you have no idea what the hell how to do it, just send it to AV Gear Guy. He'll take care of it all for you. That's one less thing you got to stress about. He's got over 30 years in the business, so do that ASAP, especially before you lose this footage. I know I have some VHS tapes that I eventually want to transfer. I better ship them out or I'm going to lose this stuff forever. So, avgearguy.com. He'll take care of it all for you. Mention this podcast and you'll save 5% on your order. Once again, that's avgearguy.com. What's up? Welcome to the No Mongo Podcast, a weekly show about all things skateboarding. My name's Rick Beta. I say weekly, but I'm back this week. Yeah, I wasn't able to make it happen last week, Life just got in the way. I'm shrugging right now. It happens, right? Yeah, sure, it was kind of a slower week. I know it's been talked about in skateboard. It's been a slow week, in skateboard, not a lot of content happening, but life happens. That's happened to me. But I know that's actually kind of like a boring excuse, so I figured I'm just going to blame Walker Ryan. Yeah, and I've got some beef with him right now. Straight up beef. This is real talk, guys. Just between me and you. Hopefully he doesn't hear this. Me and you right now. Beef with Walker Ryan because ever since I ordered his books, Top of Mason and Off Clark, I've been reading. Yeah, I started reading his books. And not that I hadn't been reading before, but I'm reading his books. And this is cutting into my skate video consumption, especially for last week. I was like, what's up with that, Walker? What do you have to say about that, huh? Step outside. I'm free for the next 7 minutes, dude. What was that? What was that one girl that was on Dr. Phil? Catch me outside. Yeah, let's do this. Sending me books that I ordered from oldfriendsandco.com. I mean, what's up with that? What kind of customer service is that? You pay for it, you get them shipped to your house. What? And you can get yours now too? Of course, I'm messing around. There's no beef. There's no beef going on between me and Walker. Don't spread rumors. Books were ordered, they were received, and I started off with Top of Mason, but for some reason, I don't know, I'm just weird like this, right? Because I know I have both books, and I know I can read them in any order, but because Off Clark is newer, I think I'm going to switch to that instead. I'm like, I don't know how many pages I'm in, but I don't know, I'm just weird like that. I want to read the latest one first, and it shouldn't matter, I should just read them both. I mean, I'm going to eventually read them both. But anyway, my brain's weird like that. So either way, I'm looking forward to finishing both books. But it might take me a while. I'm kind of a slow reader, and just from time. And also, too, like I've noticed, if it's after a certain time of the day, if I start a book or even a movie, I fall asleep. And it's no offense to the material. I fall asleep. I'm at that age right now. It does not matter. I got to do stuff in the afternoon when I'm alert. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting to those. And hell, I might even have him on the show one day to chat about them. So we'll see what happens for 2023. Magic could happen, and that would be very cool, so stay tuned on that. But, I'm still jealous of his, wickedly talented Switch game, especially those Switch Impossibles. Yeah, you've heard me talk about him a few episodes back. If you haven't seen his episode, his footage, go check it out. Okay, so we got a couple many different directions that we could go. A lot more content, a lot more great content dropped in the last couple weeks. Except, we didn't see anything from Tiago. I'm looking around my garage right now. I don't see any more. Come on, Mr. Lamos. You still have time to front load the year for your quest for Sodi. This is how the magic's going to happen for you. I'm giving you the answers to the test, dude. Do it in the front of the year. We're not going to forget about those 2 videos, in December. Add some more. It'll just help out the cause. So maybe next week? Yeah? All right. Just let me know. You want to know who had a kick-ass and fully entertaining part, though? I'll give you a second. Matt Tomasello. Is that how you say it? Or Tomasello? Either way. Sorry, I butchered your name if I got it wrong. And his Sink Juice. Fancy lad part. And first off, he had me asking, what the hell is Sink Juice? And just saying it sounds funny, right? Sink Juice. You're like, oh, that doesn't sound good. And I wasn't able to find much on the internet, but Urban Dictionary has a listing which basically suggests that it's tap water. Well, that's kind of boring. So sink juice? Do people call it sink juice tap water? I don't know. But just the sound of it, sink juice. Sounds kind of disgusting, right? But It's just tap water. Unless I'm wrong, let me know. Hey kids, you want some sink juice? Ah, yeah. My kids would be like, no, it sounds disgusting, Dad. I want apple juice. But yeah, let me know if I didn't find the right definition, all the enlightened folk out there. But now for the actual video itself. So let me just say this. I loved, and this is serious, every single second of this 5 minutes and 48 seconds. Every single second of this damn thing. It put a smile on my face. All of it. Every trick, every push, every like questionable trick, of course, people call it quote unquote circus tricks. The whole damn thing. The whole damn thing. In fact, thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you next week. That's all I wanted to say. But it's crazy, though, because this one felt like it was a video you didn't know you needed until you watched it, if that makes sense. I bet it had a lot of people throwing stuff against walls, like pissed. All the haters, all the people with, they have it on their wall. They have a wall full of, illegal tricks, circus tricks, and they throw, darts at them, and they can never miss because it's in their entire wall. So they feel happy with themselves every day. They're like, yeah, see? Called out an illegal trick today. Yeah, I feel good about myself. Hey, let me merge in lanes here. But that's it. I say many will claim it's full of circus tricks. It's not. Sure, most tricks done in the video could not be duplicated. That is, they could not be duplicated or even used in a game of skate. Right? If you think about it, but they were so fun to watch. Now it was interesting to see the post, title card clips that were basically attempts. So it didn't start off with a make, and not even the second attempt. So they had one attempt, two attempts. It was 3 tries for that. It was a 360 flip Weddle that I call it right now. It's not a mute, right? It's Weddle now. But that's how Fancy Lad rolls. They start off with bails, And I didn't even get 2 minutes in this video before I had to pause and rewind. That's right. I had a minute. Yeah, it was about a minute and 2 seconds in as I checked my notes. Matt, he proceeded to steal my heart. Blunt slide to late shove. Yeah, say that out loud. Blunt slide to late shove. I was like, are you kidding me, Matt? How? That's so ridiculous just to kind of come out of that blunt and kind of level off to the late shove. That's hard. That's harder than you think. You try it. But like I said, not even 2 minutes in, he's already showing off. Then the very next trick, blunt shove to blunt. And that was that one started to trigger something in my brain. So blunt shove to blunt. And then he did kind of the same thing again, the very next trick, except on a curve. Blunt shove to blunt. 3 blunt tricks in a row. I was like, what? And if you think about it, there are technically 3 variations of 5 blunt maneuvers. So that was very cool, blunt, 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 And how about that? I put down Spanky-inspired sloppy at a minute 18. And the one that it basically had me laughing out loud just because if you pause and look at basically exactly what is going down there, he is doing a slappy up 3 steps, choo, choo, choo. And it counts as a slappy, right? I count it because it wasn't some power slide because I say it's a slappy because his trucks do appear at least for what, a split second to grind up those steps. It just happens to be he was sliding at the same time. But the trucks indeed do hit concrete. And to shove out, come on, man. That's pretty damn cool if you ask me. A lot of people getting triggered, huh? They're like, damn, I can't believe Rick's talking about this video. Circus. Who goes to that spot and thinks of doing that? Most people would plan their attack down the steps, not up. Nope. Matt, yes, he does, though. I loved all the various pole tricks, and the best way I could describe them, minute 54. So here's what I wrote down. Ollie up to board stall to 5-0 stall to kickflip out. I hope I said that right. And then he doubled down. Okay, board stall to 5-0 hop over is what I wrote down. It's you can't copy those. You can't duplicate those tricks. You can't set those up and skate at the barracks, Imagine that. They'd install a pole in the middle of the barracks. It'd be like a riot. But it kind of, what it reminded me of? Kind of reminded me of those hardcore mountain bikers, that are into that stuff. That kind of hop on the back pole and stuff like that. bouncing around on one wheel, hopping like great distances to, the next obstacle, just hopping on the front. That was like total mountain biking, even BMX vibes to me. Then they had like a bunch of clips that were edited so fast, you couldn't really figure out what was going on. So like some big like icicle gets chopped down. Something happens with the USPS bus. Some dude litters right before he does his trick in the foreground. And we never got to see that trick either. We got to see the littering. Was that the message there? Don't litter? Or let's find this dude who littered? And who the hell was that tossing his lunch out? Not cool, man. Not cool. Skate park respects a lot of spots too, man. Not just skate parks. You can go back and you can pick that up now. I'm not your maid. Littering in front of skateboarders. The nerve. But I do want to know what he was setting up for there, because his foot placement kind of leads me to believe it was a heel flip of some sort when you go back and watch it. It's like, didn't it look like a heel flip? I think so. Maybe he did a heel flip, landed on the fence to not a spin, flip out on the pole. I don't know. That'd be my guess. Oh, speaking of not a spins, 233, the spin around to heel flip out is what I wrote. I was like, dude, that was proper. I swear, though, this 5-minute edit took me like 15 minutes to watch the first time around. I was pausing, rewinding, pausing, rewinding, pause. The whole time. Another trick that took more of my time was the board stall on the hydrant to 360 flip out. That's one of those tricks that it looks hilarious and all the homies are all laughing. Ah, yeah, high five. But in reality, only like probably a small percentage could do that. Like 1% of y'all out there, maybe. Send me a clip if you can do that. Give you some hype on this show. Very difficult. And all those tricks on the bike racks, those are bike racks, right? That's the best I could come up with them all. Starting at 3 minutes, 24 seconds. I mean, he skates the things that basically most people don't even notice, right? Or consider, or they use for other things. Like I said, I think that was a bike rack. And don't think I didn't notice all those pressure flips, Matt. Yeah. I noticed. And see, that's one trick that sends all, the haters into chaos too. They're probably all fine with all your tricks up to that point, but once you started putting those pressure flips, people hate them. Which I get, when done horribly, it just doesn't do them justice, but Matt's ones have some good spin to them, some real pressure is applied, so I'm all for it. And don't even worry about that 50-50 stall to gate flip. I don't know. I wrote down the question mark. It was right before the title card. I mean, did I call that right? Gate flip, rail flip, bonk flip. Who could do that besides Matt? Or who wants to do that, right? Is that a trick that someone would want to do? I don't think I'd want to. But it was kind of cool. And then he started going really crazy on us. You're like, what? At this point, Rick? Now he's getting crazy on us? Everything was all good and fun until he brought out that, I don't even know how to that crazy skateboard that just spins all over the place. It's like in two pieces. It looks like a transformer board. And I had to rewind basically the first trick, the trick at 4 minutes and 6 seconds a bunch of times. And the one that I would best describe it as, like, actually real quick, how insane is it that this dude is causing like podcasters, writers, announcers to make up names as we go, right? A lot of these tricks don't have names. Am I right or following along? I don't think they do. But what do you even call that? I wrote down a half of a board flip to crooked grind. A half of a board flip, because only half the board flips, to crooked grind. And notice which half, too. That's the key thing. The bottom half. I was like, huh? How do you, like, train your brain and feet not to flick the top part of the board? It doesn't make sense. The bottom half spun. What? He does flip the top/forward half of the board on that pole jam flip 419. And notice how his back foot doesn't even come off the board. You try that, though. Seriously, you're laughing right now going, that's lame. You try that. You train your brain to do that, okay? It might take you 3 weeks to do it, to reconfigure your brain to do that. And at that spot. And I bet, though, the thing is, I bet if you did learn that, it would mess up your regular kickflips like for good. You ever do that? You learn one trick and lose another. You're like, oh, great. I have these unlocked. Now I totally lost this trick. That would be a wrap for the rest of your life. You'd lose kickflips. Oh, that's it. Like, good luck getting them back after that. Like I said at the top, I loved every moment of this video. Every trick, every spot. It was so unique. And I bet his boards like wear out in the most random spots. You know how we all have kind of the same areas. The nose, from the nose sides, the bottom of the board if you do, board and lip sides, tail sides, crooked grinds if you have those unlocked. But I just thought about them. I bet his board every board looks totally different when he's said and done. Unless it's, like you said, shaved in half and cut in half or whatever. And if anything I've been talking about the last few minutes doesn't interest you, you have to at least fast forward to see that epic putt that he sunk. Yeah, right towards the end. It's kind of like at a golf land. If you know what golf land is, mini golf, miniature golf. That's what's up, man. I bet he did that first tee. Bravo to the Fancy Lad crew. And this one reminded me that I still need to watch their video from 6 years ago. Is This Skateboarding? I never did get around to seeing that one, so I'll have to check that out. But let me know your thoughts. You check this one out? You love it? You hate it? You're like, eh? Let me know. Fancy Lad has me reaching for some water. Next up, Pocket Skate Mag followed Ryan Lay. And let me just say one thing. Spoiler alert, right? Shocker. It did not disappoint. I clicked on this one so fast. I'm all, yep. Just like the Gifted Hater one, about a month ago. Yep, right away. And they're on the same team, you guys. They're on the same team. And if you don't know who Ryan is, this is a perfect introduction to see. Perfect. You're like, who the hell is Ryan Lay? Go watch this right now. I'll put the link in the video. The link in the show notes below. Check it out. But if you are familiar with Ryan's work, this will only have you appreciating and loving the dude more. I kid you not. Most of you probably have already seen it already, but just take those two ideas right there, those two thoughts, because it's true. If you haven't heard of Ryan, go check it out. You'll love him after this. If not, you'll love him even more. I mean, we got to see him do things like water the flowers, first thing in the morning, which I guess during the summer in Arizona, it means what, 4:30, Ryan? Probably pretty early, right? My father-in-law lives in Arizona, and he's got to get up early to do that stuff. So we got to see him water the flowers. We got to see, hear and learn about his allergies. I think I've heard him talk about it before. We got to see him in action. He had, sucking on that thing. And most importantly, though, we got, the Skate After School program that he helped launch a couple years ago. That got a ton of shine, which is cool. What else? Checking my notes here. Oh, and most important fact that we learned about in this whole entire video about Ryan, the fact that dude is so talented with super glue. Get this guy on the SG team stat. You see what he did to that zebra? That was a zebra, right? I was trying to figure it out. Little buddy, as we'll call him, was healed in no time. And that's no small task either. It was the ears, you guys. The ears. Small little ears. Dude, Ryan didn't even have to use tweezers. Straight up super glued little buddy back, Shout out little buddy. Yeah, dude. Yeah, super glue needs to send this guy some product, some cash, some stickers. I mean, he likes being an ambassador. He's a perfect ambassador for the brand. Just saying. It's living proof right there. Anyway, so obviously this had me thinking a potential spin-off series, pro skaters raking their yard. This needs to become a regular thing. It does, and I always wondered if Ryan was a metal rake guy or a plastic rake guy, and we got to find out in this episode. I won't spoil it for you. I know you don't like spoilers, but you have to watch it yourself. I was pretty surprised, but then again, living in Arizona, it does make sense, And what kind of rake was that, though? Was that a Razorback aluminum? That thing makes my rake look like a small plastic fork. It's impressive, dude. Look at that. The rake game is... We all have to elevate our rake game now. Oh, Rick, I don't have a backyard. I don't care. Get a rake for your house, man. Ryan stepped up the game for everyone. Man, how perfectly timed was that New Balance box for him? Was it planned in advance? Did they wait around for hours? They're all looking at like, oh man, UPS said it was going to be here around, this time. Waiting for the driver to show up. Did they have the tracking info? I mean, did the cameraman have to sleep over for days until they got like the shipment status? Updated clip, hit and refresh. All right, we're going to film on this day. But what are the days of the box showing up right then and there while they're filming? I don't know. Either way, though, I bet New Balance is very excited that they got that extra publicity for that one. Very timely, NB, very timely. I see you. I know what's up. That Ryan was like, sure, yeah. Oh, he got the call. He's like, sure, you can film for your Fallout series, but you have to show up at my house at 10:37 on Wednesday. That's when the UPS guy gets here. New Balance is coming in. You got to do it this way, okay? I don't know. You know what I also loved about this one, though, is the fact that Ryan and we also have something in common. I, too, take about, actually, this is being generous, about 20 to 30 minutes to get going. Sometimes even longer. Quote, it usually takes me 20 to 30 minutes to get going, which I guess is probably just age. Yeah. Hate to spoil it for you, Ryan. Yeah. And it only gets worse after you hit the big 4-0. 4-0, baby. 4-0. I think he's got a ways to go. But you just wait. It'll be fun, dude. I promise. But yeah, I was like, damn, yeah, see? We got a lot in common, Ryan and I. Take a long time to warm up, too. So I had to point that out, But, one thing I didn't expect to see in this, about 8 minutes in, when that damn fire hydrant came out of nowhere. Wow. You guys see that? Ryan got bodied from that thing. I was like, ouch, town population, you, bro. I was honestly legit concerned. Did you hear how he slammed? That damn thing almost ended his career. That would hurt. And as painful as it was to see, because I hate seeing slams in videos, I had to pause, rewind it, Not because I wanted to see him fall again. No. I don't want to see that. But more in the fact that I wanted to see if he was attempting to channel his inner Tiago and pull off like a last second impromptu, like last chance, second heel flip over it. Or actually, he would have had to do a switch heel, right? Because he would end up faking, yeah. But either way, I just think, and I hate to say this because he mentioned this, I think if he had been rocking those Tiagos, he probably could have switched heel over that. I don't know. And he wouldn't have gotten hurt. Coincidence? I don't know. There are no mistakes in this universe, right? He mentions the Tiago shoes. He probably could have pulled it off with those shoes on. I don't know. I was going to leave it at that. But yeah, I didn't like seeing that. That was probably the worst part of the video. It's never fun seeing slams like that. Who's that? Remember back in the day, everyone would laugh. What was that? That slammed? What was it called? Scarred. Yeah, with Jacoby Shaddix. Remember that? It was like, yeah, he fell. Yeah. Shout out Jacoby. I'm a big fan of the Papa Roach band. But anyway, yeah, Scarred. I remember that. It just popped in my head. Random thought. But however, in true, and I do mean capital TRUE, professional skateboarder manner. This is why Ryan's one of the best to do it. What does he suggest only moments later? He suggested that they move on to the double set. Because that's what all pros do, after they get bodied and have a sore hip. So it was his what? Right hip too. So basically his back rear hip on the board. Let's go to a double set. Work on some ollies down double sets. That's straight up gangsta. He slayed that spot, too. No back 180s needed. It's cool. I would have felt the same way. I'm not turning backwards to the little gateway. That's too tight. It's too risky. But he went straight through that narrow landing. Ollie nollie. Come on, man. With a bum bruised hip. Damn fire hydrant. Still mad at you. And I love seeing all the, skate after school footage because that's what it's all about. I mean, not going to lie, I sort of got emotional. Just seeing the smiles on all those kids' faces. That's what's up. That's such a cool program, though. However, Marco. Yeah, Marco. Marco stole my heart, man. 46 years old. Still shredding like that. Freaking Cone Man. Cone Man. Cone Man for the win. I was like, Marco, Marco, Marco. I'm starting to think I like Marco more than Ryan, though. See what you guys did? This backfired on y'all. I like Marco more than Ryan. I just found out about this dude. Well, let's follow Marco next, okay? That'd be awesome. But yeah, that was so cool. Love Marco, dude. That guy shreds. I mean, he's only in there for like 5 seconds, but dude shreds. I like what I see. And I don't know about you, but Perry Park is pretty much my favorite skate park, and I haven't even been there yet. Yeah. Oh, maybe next year. Yeah, maybe hopefully not summer. It's too hot, but hopefully next year. We'll see. But that spot is exactly the type of park that I need in my life. It's perfect. It's perfect. Have you skated there? Let me know. I do got to make it down, though. I got to check it out. Seriously. But you know what was really cool? It's really nice to hear his thoughts starting at 14:09 and then the next 20 seconds after that. All that right there. All the nuggets that he dropped right there. It was so cool to hear him say that. You know, we've kind of heard his thoughts and maybe hints about his future like over the years. And I'm so glad that everything has worked out for him. I mean, of course it is. You know, new board sponsor, new shoe sponsor, soon to be super glue sponsor. Everything is coming together exactly how it should be for him. Plus, like, how can it not, right? How can anybody hate on this guy? I can't imagine like a single person on this planet watches this and hates on him. They're like, oh no, hell no, F that guy, man, he sucks. No, he doesn't. Yeah, but he does so much for the kids. That's lame. No, it's not. Yeah, but he's cocky. He's arrogant. I mean, dude is like totally full of himself. No, you're wrong, and you need to get your brain checked. But for real though, how can you not root for someone like Ryan Lay? I mean, he's definitely underrated. We all know that. He's got an insane amount of tricks, both regular and switch. And key point is, he could do them on like regular popsicle boards, shape boards. The guy is like, and he's also wicked smart, is what I wrote down in my notes here. Wicked smart. What else? I feel like I'm pitching him to be your employee or something. Is it coming off like that, you guys? See what you did to me, Ryan? Did I just become his agent? I'll take 10%, Ryan. Actually, no, we can negotiate down to 9. But on the real, though, save some of the radness for us, dude. I mean, seriously, knock it off. Knock it off. I'll put the link in the video notes below. Ryan is only asking for 15 minutes and 6 seconds of your life. You'll be a better person for it. Hell, you might even want to start up like your own after-school skate program in your neighborhood after this, you know? Reach out to Ryan for ideas on that, you know? Let me know your thoughts. But yeah, much respect to Ryan. Be sure to check him out on Vent City 2. Shout out to that entire crew, fellow podcasters. Keep fighting the good fight, y'all. Doing great things. And finally, it's Black History Month. And of course, I had to chime in with one of my favorite video parts of all time. Maybe I'll do this for the next couple weeks. But, you know, I think 9 Club, yeah, I haven't finished the episode, but yeah, they did their Black History Month, talking about a lot of parts that inspired them. And I'm like, I got to do that too, duh. And I watched this part like so many times. I still have it on VHS. If you know, of course, VHS. Sean Sheffey, SeanSheffey, and his part in Life Skateboards, A Soldier Story, way back in 1991. It was way ahead of its time, too. You know, we got to learn his name, how to spell it, his age, which is only 17 at the time. 17. And he had already been killing it for only like, what did he say? Quote, 4 years this past August. What were you skating 4 years into your skateboarding journey? What were you doing? Watch this video and go, damn, this kid's only been skating for 4 years? At the time of the video, of course. Natural talent is all I got to say to that. You know, the tricks that he did over the picnic bench stand out, of course, in my memory. Namely that fakie shifty, which if you look at it, watch it, it was basically like a half cab shifty. He went all the way around and then back. I was like, chef's kiss. The ollie over the street. Guys remember that? That huge back 180 over that was a parking lot planter, I guess. That was huge. And he didn't skirt too much. He did mostly 180. Didn't have to skirt out the rest. The 3 different angles of that board slide down that King Trail, 3 different angles. There's a reason why they did that back in 91, guys. That was huge for back in the day. The epic hair. Like, Sheffey had it all. He still has it all. Dude can still shred. Just he doesn't have the awesome hair anymore. The Einstein shirt. That's what's up. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah. There's a lot of slow-mo. Know your history, kids. If you haven't seen the video yet, do it yesterday. I'll put it down below as well. But yes, Life, the first, I guess, iteration of it. There's also a new Life skateboards. Is not tied, not linked, as far as I know. But yeah, there was a little gap. But yeah, Soldier Story, very, very good video. Highly recommend it. But namely, I wanted to give shine to Sean Sheffey's part. But that's all I've got for this week. Oh, a quick shout out to Riley Pavey on winning Slam Sody this year. Yeah. Speech. Thanks for tuning in.